Hi, it's craftytinas. In today's video, I want to continue making this notebook. My last couple of videos have focused on the different parts of this notebook. I showed you how to make the covers and line up the holes, how to put the notebook together, and how to make the dividers and add tabs to them. So if you're interested in this notebook, please check out my other videos. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can see what other things we have in store. Today's video is totally focusing on making pocket dividers, making folders that can go inside your book to give it a little something extra. Now, this book was made using wires that were a little larger than necessary, like I could have fit more pages in here, but I'm using this as an example for YouTube so that I can show you how you can keep adding things to your tablets or your notebooks and making them better, or adding things to your notebooks that you may need that you did not know you needed. So let's get started on the simplest. The simplest thing is once your notebook is made, you want to add a pocket to the front or to your dividers. These dividers are not pockets. They're simply cardstock with a tab on it. But say I want to make a pocket in this book. I might want to add a receipt or add a note card or add something to this book and not let it fall out. The simplest way to do that is to add a pocket. I've taken a piece of matching paper. It could be cardstock, paper, pretty much anything you would like that you need to put in the front. So the paper has to be inside the holes and the edge. I don't like to go too close to the edge. So any piece of paper that fits within the width of your notebook. As far as the height goes, there's no exact measurement, pretty much in the middle, because you want room to add that piece of paper. You want to be able to put something and it stay. So let's add this pocket. I'm using the Scott Advanced Tape Glider, and I'm adding adhesive to the very edge of both sides and across the bottom. It works like a tape gun, but it is double-sided tape. So I have adhesive down the side and across the bottom, leaving the top with nothing. And I simply add it to my book. Now, I have a decorative paper inside my book that acts as a pocket and could hold a note, an index card, a receipt, pretty much anything in there you want. That is the simplest way to make a pocket after the notebook is done. You can do the same thing to your divider. You simply add a piece of paper or cardstock that is slightly smaller than the page. You're only going to use adhesive on 3 sides. So you want to put adhesive on both sides and across the bottom only. Both sides and across the bottom. Now you add this to your divider. Be sure not to cover your holes. You want to make sure there is room and they are not covered. Now I have a pocket on my divider. And you can continue this method on both sides of your divider. You could also add the pocket to the back inside cover. And if you would like, you could add a pocket to the front. We are not going to add a pocket to the front of this one because I'm using this book as an example. That's going to be another video and another topic, how to decorate the top of your notebooks. But let's talk about the inside dividers. This divider is simply a piece of cardstock with a tab attached, and I have a video showing you how to do that. And now it has a pocket. But I could have, instead of putting this in the notebook, I could have made a pocket. And I'm going to show you how you can make very easily 3 different types of pockets and how to decorate them. For the sake of this video, I have used plain colored cardstock because I wanted you to see the differences. You can use any cardstock you want. I don't recommend using paper because you need these to be a little bit sturdier. They're super easy to make, and you make them prior to punching your holes. And you just add it to your stack of paper before you punch your holes in your cinch. Let's talk about what it takes to make these. This notebook, the paper is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. These are my favorite size. This is a 1/4 page. That means it's 1/4 of a piece of paper. An 8 1/2 by 11 piece of normal standard cardstock copier paper. In this case, this is multimedia watercolor paper because I really wasn't sure where we were going with this book, and I wanted to be able to draw in it if I wanted to. So because this is a 1/4 sheet of paper, I simply took a 8 1/2 by 11 piece of paper and I cut it in half. This is standard cardstock size, 8 1/2, and it was an 11 piece, so I cut it at 5 1/2. Now I have a piece of cardstock that is the exact height of my pages, and it is exactly double the width of my pages. This is all you need for one pocket for this notebook. With this one piece of paper, you can make a diagonal fold. I'm not sure what this would be called, maybe an envelope or pocket, and then a 1/2 page straight. To make this, you could simply fold it in half. If you have a scoring board, I recommend using it because it makes your crease a lot cleaner. This is an 8 1/2 piece of cardstock, and I want to score it exactly in the center, which is the size of my paper, 4 1/4. So I go to the 4 1/4 mark and I simply score it. That's it. Now I have this little scored line that will help me fold. Using your bone folder that you just used to score. This is my Martha Stewart scoring board. Had it for many, many years. I love that it holds my bone folder, so it's always with my board. Once you've done that, you now have exactly what you need for a pocket. Now that you have the piece you need, you can decide which one you want to make. All of these are 5 1/2 tall by 8 1/2 wide, and they've been folded in half. Once you decide the style you want, that is how you know what to cut. In this case, if you wanted the pocket that is a slanted pocket, you simply remove a triangle piece. Start at the scoring line, cut down at an angle as far down as you want. But remember, this is where you're going to insert your items. So you don't want it to be all the way down here and only have such a small pocket. That is all you need to do for this one. For the straight pocket, you simply cut the scoring line about halfway down and then straight across, removing this piece of cardstock. And now you have a pocket that's straight across. This one, you don't cut anything. The only thing I did was I used a circle punch and I cut out a partial circle at the top. This allows you to grab a piece of paper that has slipped down. With your hole punch, and this is a 1-inch hole punch, you simply put it halfway down and then punch your hole. That leaves you with a half circle. This one's a little bit bigger than a half. That's why you have these points facing in. Normally it would be a little bit smaller. And that is how you get 3 pockets. Simply using one piece folded to go into your binder. And you make these prior to assembling your book because you need to have the holes. Once you have your choice, the only thing you have to glue is the bottom. You do not have to glue the open edge because this open edge is going to be inside your binder. It is going to hold them together, but allow some space to get in. And by allowing a little bit of space, you have a little bit more pocket room. Nothing can fall out that way because of the wires. They can only fall out from the top. Most people carry their books this way or this way, so the chance of them falling out are minimal. You only need to glue the bottom. And that's the case in all of them, no matter what design you picked. You simply need to glue our double-sided adhesive the bottom. And now you have a pocket. It can't go out the bottom. This side has wires, and this side is the fold. You want to make sure your fold is on this side, and your wires and your holes are on this one. And now we have the blue one. It seems like a very simple process to make a plain notebook into something a little bit more extravagant. But don't stop there. Once you've made your folders and you're with your little pockets, if you want these to be your dividers with the little tabs, you can add your tabs to the pockets, just like you added them in my other video to your cardstock. There's no reason why you couldn't put them anywhere you want and make them your dividers with tabs. Now that we know we can make pockets and we can add tabs to them, let's talk about a way to decorate them. Let's make them pretty. Let's make them look better. Simply taking scrapbook paper, printed paper, any kind of decorative paper you have laying around your craft room works wonders for these little folders. And there's no right or wrong way. I always like to leave a small bit, and I normally would use my paper cutter on this. I don't usually freehand because I can't cut straight. But simply adding a little color again, double-sided tape. And for the sake of this video, this is not straight. I like leaving an even amount of border around putting prints onto a solid because it makes it look like it has a frame. But don't stop there. Go ahead and add a sticker. Anything you want that would dress up your binder, your folder. It takes so little to do so much. Now this one's a little bit trickier because this one has a lot of area. But this one has this diagonal cut. And if you just don't trust yourself cutting, it's very simple. Draw a line for your diagonal. And then cut this side. See how easy that was? These little notebooks and these little folders don't have to be complicated. They can be tiny little works of art. When you are decorating the outside of your pockets, make sure you do adhesive on all 4 sides. These are not acting as pockets to hold anything, so you want them to stay as good as they can stay. And then once you have them glued down, you can always add some type of sticker. I was gifted some scrapbook kits, and it came with like little pieces of paper, big pieces of paper, some label stickers, and some shape stickers. So I've been using them because the colors are great. They like correspond, and you can really match some things up. But if you don't have scrapbook paper already, check out your craft stores, your Dollar Trees, Walmart even, and get some cute printed paper to match your cardstocks. This one's a little easier because it's straight lines, or at least I hope they're straight lines. And again, we're going to glue on all 4 sides. You don't have to use double-sided adhesive. You can use any type of paper glue. You can also use Mod Podge. It's a little bit more messy, but it does hold really well. Washi tape is another idea you can use to add to your folders. Washi tape is a thin paper tape. It's really inexpensive. Even the Dollar Tree sells washi tape. It sticks really well to paper. It tears very easily. And I use it on cards, notebooks, scraps, pretty much anything. It's a nice tape that doesn't add bulk to your paper. It's very thin, sticks really well, and adds a little bit more color. So there you have 3 pocket inserts to add to your notebook. It's been 15 minutes with me explaining it as we went along. So it's very quick to make these little pocket folders. I have a few ideas for more pocket folders for other videos, so make sure you like and subscribe this video so you'll be notified when we're making more. Now when I make my notebooks, I can add pockets of different shapes and styles. Don't forget to dress them up, because you would much rather have this than this. Let me know what you think about the pockets, and let me know if you would like to see a different type of pocket. Also, make sure you let me know if you would like to see more on this tablet as we go forward. The next step is going to be decorating the front and adding a bookmark. Stay tuned, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and happy crafting!